Coinbase Prime introducing a way to passively earn Bitcoin using the stacking feature of STX, the token used by the Bitcoin-focused stacks ecosystem. Coinbase Prime is Coinbase's trading platform serving institutional investors. And joining us now to discuss is Brittany Laughlin, Executive Director of the Stacks Foundation. Hi there, Brittany. Great to have you on. Maybe at first, let's have you explain Stacks and how it's related to Bitcoin.
Yeah, so Stacks is a layer 1 protocol, but it actually does settlement on Bitcoin. Now we do that through proof of transfer. Now proof of transfer is how you get the stacking function. Miners actually submit Bitcoin and that gets burned as a proxy for burning electricity. And then stackers who have held their stacks during that cycle can actually earn that Bitcoin on the other side. So some Bitcoin gets burned and some goes to stackers.
Interesting. And so how does this tie into the Coinbase partnership? What's going on the Coinbase Prime side?
Yeah, so Coinbase Prime just sent an email to all existing Stacks holders that they will now be supporting stacking, which is great news. I know a number of large institutions already use products like Coinbase Prime, but this is not limited to only institutions. If you go to stacking.club, which is shown here on screen, anyone can participate in stacking. Coinbase now just makes it very easy that if you want to pair services like custody with stacking, you can do that all through custody through their Prime services. So this is not limited, but what's great is that, institutions can now easily earn Bitcoin. As we've seen, there's a lot of demand from investors for Bitcoin, as you just sort of mentioned previously. So I think this is a way to passively earn over time.
Right. So, weeks ago, Coinbase was about to introduce a yield product to earn about 4% annual percentage yield. But CEO Brian Armstrong came out saying that the firm received a Wells notice from the SEC, basically warning them that Coinbase could be sued if they launched this product. And so that 4% yield product was dropped altogether. Is this sort of a compromise?
I can't speak to the lend and dealing with the SEC. I know Coinbase has been very public about their battle there, but I do think it's very important to be compliant. The Stacks token, we were the first qualified project to work with the SEC. So that's been our number one goal is compliance to make it really easy for institutions to feel comfortable holding the asset. I think what's great is that the stacking APY is actually around 10%. I think it was maybe 9.8 this last cycle. So it's more than the original lend product of 4%. But I think Coinbase is trying to give institutions more products to compete as more people enter the space and try to attract institutions to hold with them.
And is this also available to retail investors? I think you said it was, right? Because, and following that, is it unfair that it would be only available to institutions if that were the case?
Yeah, so, Stacks makes it easy for anyone to participate. If you go to stacking.club, you can see what the current APY is, when the next cycle starts. So all of the information is very transparent there. There are minimums. So if you don't have the minimum of, between 80,000 stacks to get your own reward slots, you can pull together with others. So there are a number of groups within the Stacks ecosystem, like Freegerpool, OKCoin. They offer services for small Stacks holders to participate without having to meet that minimum threshold. So this makes it really accessible for everyone to get involved with Bitcoin on DeFi.
And I'm curious, how is it that the SEC is okay with this, but they're not okay with a yield product or a lending product on Coinbase to earn 4% yield when you can earn 10% through Stacks? Or in the case of MiamiCoin, I saw that you couldn't earn 430% on Stacks.
Yeah, so the mechanisms of these are vetted in our token economics. These are something that we laid out from the beginning and made it very clear with the SEC. You are holding a separate token from Bitcoin, so it could be potential laws around earning an interest yield versus with ours, you're actually participating in the network by locking and doing stacking. So I think there may be
Okay.
some differences there, but I can't speculate on what the SEC is thinking. I just know that we want to make sure that ours is as compliant as possible. And as we've seen in DeFi, there is a lot of demand for these products, which helps drive the return because there's parties on both sides. There's miners contributing Bitcoin, and then there's stackers who are holding their stacks. So those, when they work in harmony, you can get some of these really nice APYs that we're seeing.